Okay, ready?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this interview live session that we're recording here with Claudia Rickard and myself. So it's kind of, we've been asking for people to kind of give us questions about the conference and about the workshops and everything else. And obviously, Claudia, you're doing a workshop. So we were going to talk about that. There was one or two things in relation to the conference that I just wanted to say to people just in advance. Because it's less than 7 weeks to go, actually. In fact, in 7 weeks' time, Claudia, even your workshop will be over. You'll be finished.
Wow.
You know, it's 7:45 here, so your workshop will be finished and over on the Monday. So it's that close. And with less than 7 weeks to go at this stage, I mean, it really is, we're just getting to the all the details of everything now, the fine print and the fine details. So I am hoping, and if anyone saw the video on Saturday that Karina and myself did, that Freddie Jackman will be with us in Dublin. Freddie was the very first presenter who ever agreed to present at the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference. So for me, he plays a very big part in this conference. Unfortunately, his own illness meant that he still is waiting on doctor's advice before he can travel. I'm hoping he is, because Freddie would be presenting the awards as well with Karina on Saturday night. So, and hopefully also presenting. But again, that's all down to medical and doctor's advice and all that. And people, I keep being asked about the hotel as well. So there is a shuttle bus from the airport to the hotel. It is the Clayton Hotel, Liffey Valley. I've had a few people try to book into airport shuttle, the airport hotel. Not that one. It's Liffey Valley. It's about a 20-25 minute, depends on traffic. I think it's a €10 note just to drive across, or to get that bus across. It brings you straight to the hotel. And I think the bus goes every half hour from outside the terminals. So, and also for anyone booking, the hotel code, which will be valid for up to 7 nights before the conference, there's a discount code of 15% if you use the word loyal on checkout. So that was as much of the questions as I am aware of, and many things that I wanted to cover. Claudia, you're talking over the weekend. You're on the Saturday.
I am.
It is Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, there was a bit of moving around, but yeah.
Thank you for having me, John. So yes, I'm speaking on the Saturday. I'm actually going to showcase the Bunny Talk process, because so that people can see, oh, this is it. Because there's lots of different steps to it, and when people see it and they see that I'm actually going to take somebody from the audience who I may never have met before and actually make a change for them there and then in front of their eyes, then they'll go, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the process, because I saw you present at Hypnothoughts last year. But for someone who hasn't seen it and isn't aware of it, who's it for? And some of the questions that have been asked is, who would benefit? What is the process? Who's it aimed at? And who would benefit from it? And I'm thinking particularly in terms of hypnotherapists attending your talk and maybe potentially going to your one-day training.
Okay, so a few questions there. I see clients ranging from age 5 all the way up to 95. Now, the reason, so it is for everybody, because we all have inner children inside of us. The last person that I showcased it on actually was in their 70s, and it was from an issue that he had had since he was a young lad, and we were able to resolve it in front of everybody, content free. He knew what it was, and we were able to resolve it, as I say, in front of everybody, and that was at the ICBCH Winter Hypnosis Conference. So, and it was like people going, okay, we get it now. It's effective, it's efficient. The other questions you asked, it is for hypnotherapists. It is for people who work with children. So there could be a therapist working with children and who are already, say, doing specific tools, certain things with them. This is a tool that you can use, and you can use all of it as a standalone because it's a whole framework. And then you can also parcel it up. Right. So you think, oh, I'm going to use that bit for this client, that bit for that one, or in another session. Right. So it's a framework.
Okay, now can I just pause you for a minute, because see, I know it and you know it, so therefore, but others don't necessarily. So it's the name would indicate that it's for children, and you're basically saying, and I think this is where you developed it as well, from working with children in the first place, isn't that right?
Yes.
But it is very suitable for adults as you go forward. It's not just limited to children, but if you are working with children, it's useful for them.
And teenagers.
And teenagers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the beginning bit, I coach on the emotional intelligence, which is all my diagrams that I draw, my version of emotional intelligence. I draw diagrams to explain to the teenager what's going on for them. However, when I see somebody who says, can you fix my child? I say, I'd really like you to come in for a session, first of all, please, because I want the parents to take responsibility for the environment that they create for their child. So I'll have the mum and dad in, or I may just have the mum. Now, just yesterday I was working, I had the mother and the teenager come in. Right. And so they had this session. And yes, they did have hypnosis as well in it. And they absolutely loved it. So I've got them both saying, this needs to be in schools.
I'm glad, because one of the questions I was asked was, do you feel that the parent has a part to do with the issue, and how do you deal with that? So that's one of the questions I have here that was texted me earlier. So you've answered that. Yes, they are. Obviously, they're creating the environment.
Yes. And the beauty of this is that a lot of them, they don't realize that. They just think there's something wrong with their child. So while I'm drawing these diagrams, and there's one that I will be sharing with everybody at the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference, it explains it in such a way that they go, because I say, this is what some parents do. Mm-hmm. And then, so I'm not saying you do this, because I don't know necessarily yet. I may suspect by the things they've been saying. However, they then go, oh, we do that. Or they may go, that's what my parents did to me. And of course, when I'm drawing these diagrams, because it's human nature, these parents will be going, oh, that's what happened to me. And they'll start thinking about themselves. I then actually see whole families.
Okay.
So you're not just seeing the child and the parents then, you're actually then seeing the mum, the dad. They then tell their family friends, because they can start seeing the change, and it spreads. They are then your referral basis.
And they're coming voluntarily because they're seeing the impact on them.
Yes.
Okay. Now I understand. Right.
Yeah, that's why I'm busy.
Yeah, no. I absolutely get it. Some more questions that I got. Do you use formal hypnosis with children?
So, yes. Now, remember, children, when they're playing, and this is all eyes open hypnosis. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily do the diagrams with the children. I don't actually. If they're under 10, I don't. It's all play, and you will see that when I showcase it. It's all through play. There's eyes open hypnosis. We all know that when a child is playing, and with the toys that I might use, I've just got a couple here. They are then telling, say, a story, and then I might do bunny eye movements, and then and then they retell a story. Do I use other hypnosis with a child? Yes, I do. Especially for, say, if there's bedwetting, thumb sucking, and it can be a story about them. But I get to know the child, and that's also explained in the workshop actually, and in my you'll see how I do that when I showcase it on the.
Right, absolutely. What do you think would be the main issues that the bunny talk process is used for, or is it for any issue in relation to the child?
Okay.
Specific ones that would be more prevalent or more common?
Yeah, great question. It's so the issue, as we all know, the issue is never the issue. And they will feel something in their body, and that's what we're getting to. So we know you have this. Where is it in your body? And then you'll find that the eye movements peel off the onion layers.
Yeah.
And like I said, I do explain to the child that there's poo on the amygdala, and so is there any more poo? And then we go around the whole body, or them checking what's going on. I know it's difficult to understand what I'm talking about unless you've seen me do it. So it'll make more sense in the workshop when I actually do it.
Yeah.
Because we're going, what does she do? What is she talking about? Now, the beauty of the whole workshop as well, though, is that people will get their own change work.
Okay.
I have to have people do it on each other. They have to know what it feels like. And then I have to see somebody doing it on somebody else.
Yes.
Does it have to be done perfectly? No, because we all know that the more you do something, then the better you get. And I am not one of these people. It has to be done perfectly, because I'm not a perfectionist. And either are you, fortunately, because we're just doing this the second time.
We're trying to get away with that there now. And I'm checking to see if there's any messages coming in that I was to ask you about.
And I don't know if I answered that other one correctly. I may have forgotten the question already.
The question was formal hypnosis, but as you were talking about it, it struck me that if you're using play, that means it's not just limited to hypnotherapists. So people like play therapists could use it or anyone who works with children.
Yes. So people who work with children who need extra help, there would definitely be certain aspects that they can use. And then if you've got the parents wanting a little bit more guidance, what they can do, absolutely. Then the emotional intelligence diagrams, we're going, well, this is what is going on with your child. And this is why they may be behaving in that way. We are not our behaviors. We are our good intention.
Yes.
And as soon as people understand that, and we get the parents to get curious as to why a child is acting out or not acting out, but acting in, then we can help create the change. We have to bring the parents on board.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other question, which I think you've answered, is for any therapists who want to attend a workshop, what will this do for them in their practice? I mean, it will give them more skill set, obviously, which allows people to expand their clientele base, particularly if they're not working with children at the moment.
You've hit the nail on the head, because it is a whole framework. So if you've not been working with children, I mean, it does help if you like them. So do make sure that you actually like children and have an aptitude for them, and don't, so yes, and want to help them. However, if it's something that a lot of people can get scared of doing that, and they can also think, well, how do I talk to the parents? What do I do?
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking that, and that's why when you were talking about how the emotional intelligence diagrams would trigger stuff for parents, which was then bringing up the stuff that I need to deal with that as well. So there's buy-in that way, and that's actually what I liked about that, rather than I need to talk to you because Johnny or Mary is having a hard time in the environment at home. It's not me. It's never me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then they go, oh gosh, I mean, these diagrams are really deep, and it's like, but they're easy. Okay. They make sense to us, and they make sense to all my clients, my teenagers. They get it. They're not that difficult, and we build them. And then as you're doing it, you're actually learning more about your client all the time. Plus, of course, we all use our intuition.
Yes.
Now,
hi everybody. John Scanlon.
Oh, and then so. Yes, it's a framework. It's for people who want to help children, and the teenagers, and people who have inner child issues, which, in my opinion, is probably just about everybody. It's it's fun. It's
Yeah,
all through
absolutely.
play.
And of course, people will get a chance to sample it on the Saturday morning.
Yes.
In your presentation on the
Yes.
Saturday morning. So they will still have time, obviously, if they so wish, to make a decision after that. But you obviously, it would be, you want people to sign up in advance if possible to to get a. But if people are on the fence, they'll get to see it.
John, the reason is so that I can bring their certificates over. You
there
get
you
a certificate. So it's like.
Well, this is Ireland, so bring a few blank ones.
So
Very nice.
yeah, I could do, but it's like, but I like to have the name all fancy, really,
Yeah, No, absolutely.
So,
and also, I know, I mean, it's a one-day training, and then what you're doing is they're going to get 2 days online training, isn't that right? Post the event.
Correct. So it's they'll get the 1 day training, and it's full on. Okay, you will experience it. You'll have it on yourselves. That'll be watching, and we can all watch and learn from each other. And then because a lot of people do work online, it's important that you can see what it's like online as well, because I do use it online for my teenagers, not for my little ones.
Okay.
But for
very important clarification there.
Yeah. And for the adults. So my little ones, I like to have them in my office, and the parent is there as well if the child is okay with that. And so absolutely not a problem. So yes, they get the bonus a 2 day online training, which is again $797, but the early bird is $597, so they get that for free. And it's a special price for the Irish one. It's only $397.
So we're special.
So it's because you're special, and so yeah, it's there's I've got the folder for everybody. I've got what do you call it? What do you call this?
Your binder.
Yes, I've got. It went out of my head, so I've got that for everybody.
Right, it's one of those days after our Facebook Live.
The workbook. It went out of my mind.
Well, we came up third time lucky. We got 3 different names for it. Folder, binder, workbook.
So yes, so and that has the whole thing in there for everybody, and I will be giving that to everybody.
Right. And
so, that's why I need it.
And the primary thing is it will give people an increased skill set so they can actually target something they may not currently be working with.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. That was what you asked. What do I see? Who do I see people with? So the issue, I said the issue is never the issue. So I've helped people with ARFID, which is an eating disorder. So bedwetting with let me see, thumb sucking, fears, a lot of fear, and let me see, and just frustration and anger and hurt, loneliness, bullying, feelings of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. There's loss, just so many negative feelings that the person feels. Right. Once again, I do my best to work content free. I know the bare bones of it, and that is what a lot of people like, that they don't have to go into the whole story. They know it.
So it covers a huge significant, there's no specifics, there's no one thing that kind of would pop up continuously. It's a range of issues that affect children and teenagers and adults as they progress.
Okay. I mean, there could be divorce in there, lonely, it's as I say, it's all those, or fears of parents getting divorced.
Yes.
It's and the comparing and contrasting with their siblings. There's so many different things that can go on. Brilliant. And so yeah, it will cover a multitude of issues.
Brilliant. Okay, that is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think if anyone has any questions that they want to ask afterwards, they can get in contact with me, or you're also in the conference group, so they can PM you directly.
Please do. Yeah.
All right. So, now, do you have a surprise for people?
Oh, I do. I have a surprise for everybody. So If you sign up now, and there's a special bonus word, you can sign up with that, and you get it back, the price of the conference, back at €299. So the word is Claudia. So, and you get to put that in as the what do they call it? The promo code. There you go.
Coupon code. Yeah.
The coupon.
Yeah, there you go. Brilliant. And thank you to you, Claudia. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. It's only about, I'll be seeing you in less than 7 weeks, obviously. And to everyone else watching, thank you. Please also remember I was talking about the awards and Freddie and Karina presenting them. Yeah, if you I think it's open until about the 10th or 11th of March, so there's still about 3 or 4 weeks. If there's somebody that you want to nominate, or nominate yourself, because what it is about is recognizing excellence. And even what Claudia is talking about there, a hypnotherapy technique that can be used in play therapy and that's taking it beyond. It's not limited to, because it's about the client, whether it's a child or whether it's a teenager, whether it's an adult. And it's great that it's wonderful to see techniques that can reach across, not just limited to hypnotherapy.
Yes, it's NLP techniques, and the therapist can do it. I do have a script which you can just say is guided meditation in there. It's and people can add in their bits that they do already. So
and anything that promotes the excellence. There's 5 different awards, including community, including business, including allowing hypnotherapy to be seen on a larger scale, and contribution to the industry over time. So please, if you have somebody that you want to nominate, please do. Or if you want to nominate yourself, please do. It's about recognition of the work that people do. That because this is such a singular profession, we work on our own a lot. It's about recognizing the work that you do on behalf of you and on behalf of your clients. So, Claudia, thank you so much for everything, and see you in a few weeks' time.
Thank you for having me, John. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye now. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.